Hey, good evening, everyone. It's Matt with Copper Altcoins. We've got a new nickel box to hunt, and you'll notice that we've got it already open. I wanted to do a quick check to see if we had circulated nickels, and as you can see, we kind of have a mix. A lot of newer ones, but we have a lot of older ones as well. So hopefully we won't have too many new rolls in there, and maybe not full new rolls, but we're going to start this, and we're going to start a new nickel hunt series. Now, during the Grove show, I was able to pick up the few remaining nickels that I had found for the nickel box, or the nickel album that I'd been working on since we started about 2 years ago. And that album was not dedicated to only finding nickels through finds. I thought maybe it'd be kind of fun to at least start down that road and see where it takes us. This might take quite a while before we're able to complete an album. I certainly don't hunt the volume of nickels that some channels do. So just hang in there. It'll be fun to at least give it a look and see what we can do. I don't have the albums just yet, but we're going to set aside some nice ones that we find. Really nice ones, as well as any older ones that we find from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and especially some of the nicer 60s at this point. So hang in there and we'll see where we go. This will be box number 1. Okay, the first older find of this series is going to be a 1958. Not in too bad a shape. It's a start, and it's going to be from Denver. As you can see, we are finding a lot of 2020s and 2021s and other modern ones. But in roll number 9, we finally found another find. It's going to be 1948, and let's see. That's going to be a 48. I believe that's an S. Zoom in. Looks like it is 48S. Nice find. We will add it to the bunch. Roll number 11 is going to have a 56, and that is going to be from Denver. So roll number 13 has this one. I don't know what it's been in. Looks like it's been sitting in tar or something. But you can see that looks like that is going to be 1948. So an old one. Really, really bad shape. Just in case we weren't seeing that clearly and it was a 3, I don't see a letter above Monticello. And zooming in, it looks like maybe a D. I don't know. I don't have the scope connected right now. We'll look at it before the end of the box recap and see what we got. So roll number 16 is going to give us a 1959, and it is a Denver. Okay, next roll, number 17. We're going to have 2 finds so far. First one we found was this 1941, oldest of the box so far. That's a filly, and it's quickly replaced. No, I thought when I first saw this was a 1940. It's actually a 49, so the 41 is still the oldest. 1949, and that's a Denver. So a couple from the 40s. Nice finds. Roll number 23, we're going to have this 1949, and it is a Denver. So we're coming up on the halfway point. We'll do a quick, brief recap at the halfway point. Okay, roll number 24 had a couple finds. I'll start with this one. Looks like it is a little bit off center on the strike. Really thin rim here, really fat one here. It's probably not outside of allowable tolerance, but it is still off center. I thought that would be kind of fun to just put to the side. But nice find here. This could be an old one, just based on the amount of wear that's here. We'll zoom in and see if we can pick up on a date. We'll definitely have to scope this one and see if there's anything more that can come off there. I really don't want to nickel date it, but it may be necessary. Judging by the age, we're probably looking at something in the 1920s. No horn visible, and no mint mark either. So we know it's from Philly. We just don't know what year, but it does look like it's been around for quite some time. Okay, guys, let's do a quick wrap-up of the halfway point in the box. We have this Buffalo nickel. We weren't sure the date, did a little bit of nickel-date on it, and it shows to be a 1919, so it's as old as we thought. No mint mark, so it is from Philadelphia. We have this 1941, and that was from Philadelphia. This 1948, I didn't see it at the time because I didn't have the nickel mat out, but it is a 48S, which makes it a semi-key date, so that's exciting. Don't see too many of those, and this is still a 48. I checked it under the scope. It is a Philadelphia. We have two 49s. I believe both of these are Denver mint marks. They are. And the 56, I believe, was also a Denver. The 58 was also a Denver. And I would bet that the 59 is also a Denver, and it is. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 finds in the first half of the box. Not too bad. We're going to dive into the second half and see what we find. All right, immediately in roll number 26 of the box, first one of the second half, we find a 1958, and it's going to be a Denver. We'll check those for RPM later. But here in the middle of the roll, we found 1944, so we know that that's going to be a war nickel. I'm surprised we didn't catch it from the edge. 44 from Denver. So it's kind of nice that we're already going to have these two finds in the first half of the box, bringing us up to 11 for the box, and starting a new nickel hunt series. It's nice to start off with a war nickel. Maybe we'll find another one. We'll see. Well, this is exciting because in the very next roll, number 27, we have another 1944 war nickel. Maybe we'll get lucky and this one won't be a Denver. It'll fill another spot, but it is another Denver. No big deal there. Always exciting to get a war nickel. And, this starts to get me pretty excited about the second half of this box. So far, 3 finds, 2 of them are war nickels. The quantity and quality is definitely there, so let's hope this continues. Welcome to the family. Well, it's been a little while since we had a find, so in roll number 34, we came across our first foreign of the box, a Canadian 1989. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Might just have to put that in its own album. And in roll number 35, we come up with a 1957, and it is a Denver. No surprise there. All right, in roll number 36, we have this 1942. Well, 42 is a transition year. It's got a lot of wear on it. Let's see if it is a silver war nickel. And we do not see a mint mark above Monticello. We don't even see one to the right of it. So it is definitely a regular 1942 nickel made in Philadelphia. We'll put it in. Another one in the 40s. Okay, so real quick, roll number 37, next roll, 2009 D nickel. We like to keep those from 2009, and that one's in not too bad a shape. 2 rolls later, in roll number 39, we come across our oldest nickel so far in the box of the Jefferson series, 1940, and that is going to be a Philadelphia. Another nice find. Well, we definitely have one to add to our new book now. This 1959 is in really nice shape. Still got a little bit of that, little bit of luster to it. 1959. Got to make sure it's not a 39. And that is a 59D. So we'll check it against the other one, see which one goes in the book. And in roll number 45, it's got a big old mark on it. Like it's been through the coin roller, ring of death. It is a 2009D. We'll count it as a find. Not sure we're keeping that one though. Anyhow, good 2009, another find. Okay, had to jump in here because I'm pretty excited. Anytime we find a 1955, we want to look for that Philly. Well, no mint mark, which would mean it's from Philly, because that would be a semi-key date. Let's take a look. And it is no mint mark. 1955 Philly, first box into the new series. How about that? Sometimes we go a long time looking for that one. We've already got it. How awesome is that? Okay, we're still in roll number 58 where we found that 55 Philly. We got another 55. Could we dare find two in the same roll, let alone the same box? Only one way to find out. Well, it does have a Denver mint mark, but it is another find. So we've got 1955 B and D taken care of in the same roll. Still in roll number 48, we got a 1954, and that is a Denver. We'll check that for an RPM a little later. All right, everybody, we've got the box wrap up, and we're going to get into that right now. We had a great box. I think this one's going to score really well. We'll check in on that just a little bit later. But let's take you through the finds. We're going to start kind of in reverse order here. Got a 1989 Canadian for our one foreign. Found two 2009 Denver. So that's always nice to find. We usually find about one or two of those. Some people have a little more trouble than that. But working backwards, we've got the 59D. We found two of those. We got 58D, found two of those, 57D, 56D. Then we had the 255s. We had both the semi-key Philadelphia and then a Denver. So that's a nice find. And then we had a 54D. So 9, looks like 9 finds from the 50s. Which is great. Let's keep moving here, and we're going to have two from 1949. Both are Denver. Remember, we had those 48s. We had the one up top that's a Philadelphia in really rough shape, but then the S from San Francisco on the bottom here, and that's a semi-key as well. So two semi-key dates to go along with some other nice finds. Moving on, we had two 1944 Denvers, which, of course, those are your war nickels. So two war nickels and two semi-key dates. Really cool. We had a 42P, and we had a 41 Philadelphia, and a 40 Philadelphia. And then to kind of round it all out was that dateless Buffalo nickel we nickedated. We found out there's a 1919 Philadelphia, oldest one in the box by far, and very cool. Nice cherry on the top of an otherwise very good box. So let's see, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from the 40s, 8 from the 50s. So looks like our total finds are going to be right around the 21 finds in total, and that's not bad at all. We'll take that. The good thing is these are all going to find a new home. Well, at least the singles that are in the best shape are going to find new home. That one will definitely get updated at some point. but new home and new books, and we're going to go from there. So let's tally up the scores and see how we did. All right, so this is a side of this that I don't normally show you, but we record the nickel box hunt. So you're going to see that, let me see if I can scroll this down to make it make a little more sense for you. There we go. We're going to enter the number of key dates, errors, variety, or semi-key dates, which we had 2. No proofs, 1 foreign, 2 war nickels, no V nickels, never found one of those in a roll yet. Buffalo nickels, 2 of the 2009s, none in the 30s, 9 in the 40s, and 8 in the 50s. Total of 143 points the way we roll it up. And I like to do other metrics on it and find out about how many points per roll we're talking about there. And I got to tell you, this roll, we can go ahead and roll that back up a little bit. I think you'll see that besides for one phenomenal box where we had a little bit of everything in that box with 195 points back, I forget which date that might have been, 141, 148 was a nice one, 42, 186 had a lot of finds in it again, well over, goodness, almost 40 finds, 141, yeah, so our 142 here, or 143, sorry, stacks up really well. It's one of the best boxes that we've had, not necessarily in terms of quantity, but quality was definitely there. It's not often you find 2 war nickels and 2 semi-key dates in a box, but we've kicked it off in style, and oh yeah, we had that one that was slightly off center as well, so we'll hold that to the side. We're off to a great start. We'll get these put in a book and update you next chance we get on that. So thank you for joining with us, and you know, looking forward to continuing this hunt with you. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing, throw a thumbs up, watch another video, and you know, just help us out that way. We'll talk with you again soon. Okay, everybody, we've got a little bit of bonus footage here, and the reason that it's bonus footage is I had gone through a second box of nickels, and for whatever reason, the coverage of the finds that we recorded was really bad quality or missing. So I'm hoping that this records, and I'm adding this on to the end of the first box of this new series as a kind of bonus footage, supplementing that. So this is the box 2 finds that we had, and it was a pretty good box. So let's start down here at the bottom. We're going to have 3 2009 Ds. Then we have 2 1959 Ds. 5 1958 Ds, and we have not checked these for RPMs or OMMs, anything like that. Not yet, anyway. We've got a 1953 S and a 3 1953 Ds. So that takes care of all the 50s. I guess that makes what, 9, 11 from the 50s. Not too bad. We're going to move into the 40s with a 1949 S, which is a semi-key date. That's awfully nice to find. That makes 2 semi-key dates that we found in 2 boxes so far. We got a 1948 Philadelphia. We got 3 1946 Philadelphias. We found another war nickel, 1944 again, but this time it was Philadelphia minted. So now, out of 2 boxes, we're going to have 2 war nickels in the new album, and 1941 Philly, we had 2 of those, and then we had a 1940 Philly. We were hoping that we were going to find a couple of key dates here, but the two 1939s were both from Philly. So no foreigns, no other oddities or anything like that. Nothing we could call a miscellaneous find, but overall, not too bad. Let's count it up here. We've got 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11 from the 40s and 30s. So I guess it was 2 from the 30s, 9 from the 40s, and 11 from the 50s. So 22 finds in the dates, and then 3 more with the 2009s. Going to make about 25 finds. Not too bad at all. So hopefully the next box will go a little smoother on the recording, and we can keep adding to the board. I've set aside a bunch of them from different various dates and mints to start populating the book. Once I get that in, we'll start populating it. So until then, we'll keep digging and see what we can accumulate and fill this book up. And on the next one, we'll probably have those updates for you. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't become a subscriber yet, please consider it. We're at just about 630 subscribers, heading for 750 when we'll do our next big celebratory milestone. We'll talk with you then.